All right, all right. So, how are you guys doing? I just wanted to get on here and share with you briefly a play that I think will make some people some good money next few years. It's Waste Management, ticker symbol WM. This is one of my favorite stocks in terms of like just overall pretty solid company. I won't really get into the financials in this video here, but it's a solid company. It's a Warren Buffett pick. And here's what I guess I see in this stock is like, okay, you got a pandemic going on, you got, war in Russia, but no matter what happens, like you still need like, people need to take their trash out. Corporations got to do that. Construction sites have to do that. Everyday people, they got the little dumpsters in the apartments and little houses and stuff. Waste management, their dumpsters are like all over the country. And so I think this is going to be a pretty cool play. So I'll show you guys a little bit why I think it's a good play technically. And, you make your own decisions and judgments, but um, let's get into it. So I pull up the monthly chart and hold on here. I put up the monthly chart. So I've now don't let this stuff freak you out. I've drawn up this chart a little bit, but like I said, fundamentally this stock has very good fundamentals. These are year increments, I believe, just showing year by year how waste management has been doing. Pretty consistently in an uptrend. I've drawn this monthly channel here that it's followed pretty consistently since 2015, looks like. And so just looking at support and resistance, it looks like I could draw a new support here. Looks like it just bounced off of a support recently, right here. Looks like it's headed back up this month. But it seems to have followed this channel. That's really important to me, especially on a monthly time frame. We could go to weekly, take a peek. Support resistance looks like it popped a major support there. It's kind of in this little 3-week consolidation. So weekly is not showing me a whole lot more that I would really touch on, except maybe you could I'll put like a resistance here. Oh, sorry. I'll put a resistance here. How do I move these things around? Okay. So put a resistance here. So that'll be a pretty important zone to break. Do I think it'll break it? Yes. But, it could drop back down. I know this war in Russia thing had everyone messed up, and the price of goods and services. See, like waste management, they're kind of like a service, but, like they're still a business and they're affected by the overall economy. So if it drops back down, you're looking at like, what was it, $120 or something, $125. So if you buy in now, you could even average down to the bottom of the channel. I don't think that monthly channel will break. But yeah, it looks pretty primed to continue to ride to the top of the channel. I caught it or called it out at around this support at 139. It rode to 156 one day. See if I can find that day on the daily. I was telling, some of the people I work with, I was like, hey, you should get in waste management. I think it's going to pop off this support because look at all this value zone here, a bunch of consolidation. That's what I would call a value area back here in May. And so I thought, yeah, it's going to ride down to that resistance or support and pop. And it did. And it rode up for like, several days, like maybe 6-7 days, looks like candles. So now it's kind of like, tapering off. That almost looks kind of bull flaggish, but, again, it could fall back down depending on the overall economy, how this inflation stuff goes, witching, just a lot of different situations, scenarios, how the market reacts to all those factors. But I see it potentially in the next year continuing up that channel just because of the nature of the service. Like people still need trash. And let's look at the Bollinger Band here real quick. on the daily. Actually, let's go back to monthly. Why not? I'm going to erase some of the support and resistance and just see where we're at. So, all right. So, look at this. So that's the 20 EMA for the monthly Bollinger Bands, and it looks like it wicked down. That's a candle wick, the bottom of that red there, that red candle wicked down to the 20 about, and it shot back up. That's also kind of telling me it's going to resume this trend. You could even draw a trend line connecting these higher lows from, let's see if I can find a pointer. Oh, yeah. So this higher low, this higher low, this higher low, you could draw like a little channel line there. Actually, maybe I'll do that. Trend line. So yeah. Doop, doop, doop. So yeah. That trend line's telling me it could continue to follow that. Hasn't reached the top of the Bollinger Band again. And then the channel is pretty narrow. So again, you can average down, and I don't think it'll break because it's held for 5 years. So we're looking at the daily. RSI. Let's look at the RSI. Let's take a peek see. So RSI is kind of approaching a top, or the over the overbought area. But if you look at the, was it monthly? Yeah, monthly, it looks like there's a little trend going on here on the RSI. See if I can get my little drawing out here. Trend line. Yeah, there's like a little trend here following on the RSI here. So, yeah, I mean, that's kind of telling me what might happen there on the monthly. Let's see what the weekly is looking like for RSI. It just bounced off of oversold, and I don't know. It could do either way on the weekly. It looks like almost. So I wouldn't pay too much attention to put too much weight on that. But again, it's looking like it's a solid buy-in point. Maybe I'd let it come down to that trend line again, or bounce there. But worst case scenario, put in a small position here or near where it is now, see where it goes, and then average down. And then I'll get long-term contracts. I mean, Waste Management's not going anywhere. You know, they clean up most of the trash around the country, like I was saying. So, you know, why not buy in where it's pretty much halfway through in the channel. But it's a solid long-term play, and the contracts are not prohibitively expensive. So it's just a stock I really like. I wished everyone caught it back at 139, rode it to 156. You would have made a nice chunk of money in a week. But again, you know, I'm waiting for this thing to come down some, and then maybe I'll, you know, jump back in, put a couple contracts, or if you don't trade options, you know, put some shares in, because it's a great long-term play. So that's Waste Management. That's what I think it's going to do. I think it's going to, you know, go to the top of that channel, and that is my stock play for the week. Thank you, guys.